Hello Owen and Andrew and anyone else who's caught this video. These are some 1983 to 93 Ford Mustang Cowl panel replacement sections. Obviously these are OEM. And I have a third one here to show how I now cut them out and ship them out in most cases. But it's interesting that Owen, I know you asked for a red one and yours was a hood flip over, so your cowl panel is crushed. And Andrew, yours was rusted beyond repair, both inside and out. So what I have here are two good used sections that will take care of both of your needs. And I just wanted to show everybody else what a cowl panel is kind of all about. It's really just the top panel where the wiper plastic and arms and all the transmission and things go, and of course the part under the hood where the hood hinges go. And I've now been taking them out really close to that factory metal lip. There's really no reason to ship out any more than you really need. This is one of my newest removals. This is car number 169. So I'm going to get this out of the way because we have some products to go over for customer approval. But this is 169, so I've probably taken that one off in the past maybe 3 to 5 years. I am now on car number somewhere over 225, I think. So it's what's interesting to see is that the two cowl panels I'm offering my customers today for individual reasons are actually cowl panels 28 and 29. So I bought these cars 200 parts cars ago, and I had them in my warehouse. I don't see any rust on either one of them that came from storage or anything like that. Of course, there's going to be some minor flaws, a little dings, little scratches, little chips of rust and bird poop and stuff like that. But I'm going to go over both of these in the same video so folks know what a full price purchase is and what a discounted purchase price was. This Andrew's was an eBay where we went back and forth on an offer, and Owen's was through the website where we talked about discounts, but he decided to go with like a best in stock kind of a thing. So let me get started with Andrew's. I think he's been waiting. You guys have both been waiting about the same amount of time, but this one I can tell is an older cut. So just in general for customers, you can see I used to cut these things just huge. I used to come way, this is all you really need is this lip here. I used to come way outside the metal and make sure there was tons and tons of extra metal there. And Andrew, in your case, that's perfect. You sent me those pictures and the car is extremely rusted all around in that area. So you actually also don't need just the top. You asked me to give you the bottom. I want to show that to you now. I used to use a torch cutting these out too, but you can be a little more, you can finesse a little more and be a little more accurate, as you can see with a Sawzall blade. But Andrew, so what I wanted to show you about yours, we did a discount. You know, if I got something that's still close to perfect, you know, for what we did, I think we did about 15% off or something like that. You know, I still want to try and get the best piece I can. And I thought the advantage with this one here, oh, and both of you asked for this color. Owen asked for red or white, and Andrew asked for like an off-white. This is like a 1989 from what I recall. It's like I think there's like a peanut butter cream or some kind of an interesting paint code that this is. But it's such a large cut. I think, Andrew, that's going to be advantageous for your situation. I do have to bend some of these corners down a little bit and stuff to get it shipped where it's not going to poke out of the box and stuff like that. So if you approve of this cowl panel, I'm going to do a little bit more trimming. Like, I really don't think you need this little metal piece here. It's all rusted and kind of boogered up from the torching. So I might trim some of that stuff off. And the new shipping quotes are kind of more up in this area, so if it does cost anything a little bit more, you've been very patient with me, I'll go ahead and cover it. The flaw I mentioned to you in on an eBay message was this one bracket here in the back. So it's along the windshield, which if you look along the windshield line here, it's very clean. there's really no rust. And I know that's your biggest concern, is this, you need one replaced due to rust. So there's really no rust along here. I hope you can see as I'm pulling this off. That's nice, shiny, glossy, wonderful paint. And yeah, there's some scuffs maybe from when it was on the road or in my warehouse for the past, I don't know, 12 years or so. But there's really no rust on the part. Deep inside in the basin here, maybe where some rainwater got, I mean, there's just a little bit of surface rust. It is no big deal. And this here is not, I don't think, a hole of it. No, it's not a hole of any kind. I don't know what started this flaky paint, but it's not any concern. Go on the back side of it, no rust. So this middle windshield bracket, we did a little bit of a discount. So I mean, this is pretty much the only flaw I think is significant on it. In most cases, you're not even looking at that bracket because you're just buying the cowl for, usually it's for them being crushed. But really, if you have this other, you can tell by the size of my hand, I mean, that's really only about a 3 or 4 inch section. I'd be willing to cut one, just cut a little semicircle out and send that along with this so you actually have the repair piece. Or maybe yours is still okay and you can just attach it where this one was. It's from what I'm gathering here, that's just a center dashboard bracket. Yeah, I could see an old metal clip marking there. So really, that's all that does. It's just a little metal clip for the center of the dash. And yeah, there's a little bit of a pit right here, but I'm sure with the amount of work that you need to do to get this cowl installed in that car, one little bit of some pitted rust is not the end of the world for you. And that's what I'm hoping, at least. But I'm going to run my hand across it, see if there's any other major or even minor damage. I don't feel any dings in this one. I know Owen's got one ding and one little like surface rust thing. I don't know if it looks like maybe a rock chip just kind of cancered out a little bit, but I'm going to show him that, make sure I can get approval over there. I don't think it's anything significant. You know, if I've had 150 Foxbodies or so to pick from, I'm trying to get you the best parts I can. That's why I went to some old stock that I've been hanging on to for quite a while. So Andrew, I really don't feel any flaws in the piece. All the metal edges are really clean. Really clean metal. So I hope, being that I picked this one that was cut so large, and if I leave that in there, hopefully that gives you some more metal to use to replace your rough stuff. So inside here, these are just like some support brackets. It's like maybe even an apron piece that comes way out towards the engine compartment, or fender apron, I should say, area. But again, I really don't see any reason why this can't serve your purpose. It's very clean underneath, very clean on top, very clean on the sides. No real damage of any kind, just this one rusty little bracket. So if I have to go to like here's even a piece of a cowl that you know, I've cut, I can, if you need one, I can just cut this out, and that would make your underbelly complete. So Andrew, thank you for your business. Thanks for being patient with me. If you need any more information about this one before I box it up and ship it, let me know. But I'm doing 2 for 1 here, so I want to get back to Owen and get his approval on his. But so this is the oldest cut. That's the newest cut as far as how I remove them. So Owen, this is kind of, this is probably maybe 6 or 8 years ago that I took this one off. I can see I got a little more clean with it, a little closer to the actual lips that you need. You really only need the inside lip here, this inside tab, and all the way across the bottom. And with yours being a crushed cowl, obviously the basin or the bottom really doesn't matter to you. I could probably have offered you something like that just is a top and a face, so you can replace your crushed one and be done with it. But this is the one that I saw that I liked. I do see a ding, one ding right there. So an acorn fell on the tree, or it fell off the tree and maybe dropped on it there. I mean, I can feel it with my hand, but it's not extremely pronounced. There's another little ding right here. That one's probably from me. I can see it's scratched down to the bare metal. And I've got a lot of these kind of all stored in one area, like library books on a shelf, so I might have added that one in there, but hopefully I can get the glare on it so you can see. I'm sure compared to what you've got, you'll take it. Just based on, I know what crushed cowls look like. And we are talking, wow, 35-year-old parts at this point, so I hope those two little dings don't deter you from this one. Looks like I have one more little ding right here. And this was the part I was talking about when I was going over Andrew's video. I don't know what this is. It probably happened when the car was still on the road. Maybe a rock chip or something that just continued to kind of blister a little bit, but it's not missing metal of any kind. It's not like a very rough rust spot, I'm sure. And I could even clean it if you wished. I could clean this off so you could see that it's really insignificant, just a little blister there. But the cowl panel itself, other than, I guess we just found 3 dings, is extremely clean and straight. The bottom part, so this is back when I used to use a torch doing this. The bottom part, I kind of got into the bottom part. It looked like a little bit as I was still learning how the best way to trim them small and still get you everything that you need. So I'll show you the bottom, even though it doesn't matter to you. I would probably, even though I know, same like I just told Andrew, even though I know this is probably a little more expensive in shipping than I'm charging right now. If this piece works, I'll cover the couple bucks difference. I'd like to just get these out to you guys. And that's what I'm gonna do. So if you can, I'm gonna flip it over upside down, look at a couple more areas on this for you, Owen, but looks like 2-3 little dings. It is red. I'm trying to see if it's a repaint red. I thought something stuck out to me as this being a repaint red, but I don't see it now. Maybe it was down in here. No, I don't like repaint stuff if I can avoid it, because you never know what might be hiding underneath there, right? But all along the face here in the engine compartment's real nice. Water collects a lot behind the hood hinge gaskets, so I would imagine that either of you have probably some rust there behind those hood hinge gaskets. I don't know if Ford didn't paint and they just primed or what, but it seems to be a pretty common thing. So cars 28 and 29. I couldn't believe they were sequential like that. I picked out both of these based on your color choice and your needs. They just happen to be 28 and 29. So Owen, like I said, the bottom isn't important. You can see I this little area right here with my torch a couple times. I was trying to just get the cowl, and like I said, I learned over time, go with a Sawzall and be a lot more precise with it. So I'm just showing you the bottom just so you know what might show up in the mail. But a real clean piece. Yeah, you can see where I got it. Kind of hot down there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reach my hand in here. Yeah, there is no rust that I can feel. Obviously I can't really see upside down in there. But yeah, I don't feel any rust of any kind in there. Some weird drips like clear coat or something. But I think that's about all I can show you, Owen. Ding ding. I think there's a ding here, or maybe it was just this blister that I remembered. So it's not, mint, but it is nice. And I think it'll fix you up mighty fine. So let me go ahead and grab Andrew's piece one more time just so I can do a closeout here. So again, Andrew, just this bracket thing, which really isn't part of what I advertise. I know you said that you wanted big because I show big. I really think that's about as big as I can cut it without us considering this more of a car than just a cowl panel. So you've got the upper, you've got the lower, one little blister there on the inside. It's nice that the sun's coming out now. Give you a little better look at the overall surface. I don't see any creases. I don't see any big dings of any kind. I don't even see small dings on that one, Andrew. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Old product, been stored for quite some time. Here's a newer one with a new kind of a cut, and that's why I didn't offer it to you, Owen. It's got a little more rust than I think you deserve. You and I talked about condition, and this one's kind of like a grade B, just because the exposure I think I let it have to the elements out here. So not offered it to you, just showing anybody else watching a video on a cowl panel kind of what they're all about and how I cut them out now going forward. This is like 169, that was 28 and 29. So there you go. Thanks to anybody else who just happened to get some entertainment here, but Andrew, Owen, if you guys can email me on eBay and my website or email and let me know that these are cool, I will get them boxed up and get you a tracking number as soon as I can. So thank you very much for your attention, your patience, and your business. Talk to you soon.